like driving through the hoods of Detroit.
Yep. It looks like trap houses. The porches are falling off the front. All the windows are broken out, stuff like that, or they've been burned out. Same thing here. So that's a great point I wanted to get to. Nonprofit organizations, the NGOs, the people that run the shelters, they run the mental health programs, they run the healthcare clinics, the colleges, the public schools, the libraries, all the stuff that's been turned into trap houses. They are definitely a part of the problem, and they're keeping it going. They're accelerating the death. They're accelerating the crime. They're accelerating the addiction, and they're making it impossible for people actually to change, because what they're doing is, by getting all this huge funding, they're doubling down. They might say, "Oh, I'm here to help with such and such and so and so," but and the reality of it is, they're doubling down, and they're getting paid a lot of money to prevent things from changing.
Politicians are getting paid off by the cartels. You got to keep in mind, as long as we have it criminalized and it's illegal, then you're going to have the cartels paying the local gangs, because they're working with the cartels, and you're going to have gang warfare and organized crime running those shitty neighborhoods.
Well, let me say, all right, you're talking about cartels and such. Literally, in millions of people, and they are not the best. They are not the brightest. They don't pass any type of skill set. They literally walk to our border down the line to appear in front of a judge to see whether or not they should asylum. That's here in the U.S. And the problem is that when these people are coming in, we're not vetting them anymore. They're literally, basically, give us your name, give us a little bit of information. And most of these people have documentation. I've got friends that literally work with Delta who have flown people. John Smith.
Why?
And you're like, if I go to get on a plane, I pretty much might as well get ready to have my molars checked from the opposite end to get on a damn plane. Basically have my ID scanned, everything.
Yeah, 3D body scanners.
Yeah, when I came out of Cali, that was fun. Although I do think the woman. Anyway, I asked for a number. I haven't called her. Anyway, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, so all this.
So she had double scanned to make sure you had a big D.
I was smoking drugs. That's what it was.
God.
But the thing about it is, we're spending all that money for these people over and to be established and all, but it just seems like we're take a more criminal, because these people that are coming to the border, they're going to domestic form of the cartel.
That will hire them. If you don't have an ID, you can't get a real job. The gangs and cartels will take anybody.
How does that work exactly? That's the part that gets me.
How does what work?
We require E-Verify for all these companies, but yet you have Fortune 500 companies that have hundreds, if not thousands, of workers on the books.
I know, right? Yeah. Like for me, look, I have a B1, B2 visa for the US. It's for 10 years. It's a really hard process for me.
Take nothing that I said as being against you.
No, I'm not. No way. No way am I referencing to that. I'm not. I'm literally talking, complimenting to what you said. My cousin sister, she studied in the States. She studied machine learning. I have no idea how she knew that ML was gonna be a thing like 10 years ago. She's a PhD now. Um, she's a doctor living in the States, PhD in machine learning. She still has to struggle with getting her green card. When there are people like the other day on my flight to the States, where when I went for ETH New York, the person sits next to me. Is like, all right, cool, chill. Like, hey, you from? Like, hey, oh, you're from East Europe, right? Nice, that's cool. I've been to Serbia, and I love Serbian food. I love the people. And the dude cannot even speak English, but the dude has an American citizen passport. My cousin sister, who's a PhD holder in machine learning, happens to be one of the highest in demand um, professions right now. Has to be in a line, has to wait, has to pay all like extra taxes, extra fees. Um,
Yeah, it's
and
hard.
there's
That's
and
why a lot of the women from like married to Westerners, Americans.
no, it's not about marriage. It's about people. It's about people who are working, studying, um, working hard to get information, get knowledge, and provide that information to the country, to the states. I love the states. I've worked with most of my friends are from the states. Most of the people I work are from the states, Canada, and someone who is just a father of someone who happens to be like a person from some part of Europe gets it easier to get a citizenship compared to someone who studied in the States, spent like all the money, that all the loans, all the same amount of money that every American pays, plus 20% tax, because India has a tax for people who spend money abroad. And she still has to wait for her green card. I mean, like I personally just felt like that's like unfair. And yeah, yeah, like the
brown
marriage.
people are being allowed in
Yeah,
with nothing at
yeah,
all.
yeah. The marriage part is fine. She's married. She's living in the States. She's married already, and like they both have jobs. That she has a villa. She has like a nice home and everything. Like everything's fine. It's just that she has to struggle through so many things, like her license. Like she owns a Mercedes, right? But for her license, because of her status of her visa, she has to renew it, and the costs are more for her. And this old guy who happens to be a father of someone else holds a citizenship visa. How is that fair? Uh, who do we speak to about this? How do we get people?
Well, the manager. No, I mean, it's a very valid point. Problem is that increase your population, trying to one stave off of by a population that has a very very strong birth rate. To, keep your population up to keep it. That's one of the people that will keep generating some form of GDP, but not a necessary domestic production. Fine. And so, why would you bring in why would you not be bringing in study things like or advanced? Even advanced IT provide value. We're not going to need constant and that could be filled by 20 while they're in college or whatever. You don't have to have 30, 40 years old. You got to look at how we operate as a country. No matter what you do, never self-dealing interest. Only worry about what they have to sit in the face population. Already in the
No. She's not. She's not married to an American. She's married to an Indian there, and they both have jobs. And it's just that she has to wait longer. Uh,
like 12 years or something, I think.
I don't know.
Very expensive process.
Yeah, I mean, she can afford it. She's doing pretty well. Like she's in a she's doing pretty well. Like she's yeah. I mean, got a Mercedes. She's got a house. She's got. It's just that. It's just that having all of that, having all these. Like I went and stayed at her place for like a few days, and I felt like, dude, I'm doing nothing with my life. I felt poor as fuck. But even after having all of that, um, there should be a system where people with certain degrees, people with certain achievements, people with certain qualifications, and even peer recommendations. These systems should be brought into space. Whereas if someone from the States recommends saying that, okay, yeah, I know Ivy, Ivy's a nice guy. Um, I recommend him. And if he ever wants to maybe apply for whatever business, I already have, I probably only want to be business. I want to be citizen of Switzerland actually, which is super difficult. Uh, hopefully, I find myself a nice lady.
Well, I mean, all you have to do is basically get citizenship. You and you're golden.
No.
You can get it. You can get through the UK. I mean,
No.
pretty much any European nation country. Once you have free travel, no matter what.
No. I want Swiss citizenship for a different reason. Um, no. It's different. Um, It's totally, totally. Um, maybe something for another day. Um, yeah, but yeah, I want to be a Swiss citizenship because they're the only country who did not accept the European Union. So the Swiss franc, if you convert the Swiss franc, you'll see that it is stronger than the US dollar right now. And I think I have to take my shower, get ready for rework. And did you even get on Warpcast or not?
I didn't make an account yet, but I was checking it out.
Let me see if I can gift one. But the thing is, like, even the gifting process, it's not streamlined.
I got on the Adamant while y'all were talking then.
You got what?
That one. Adamant. I think homie said something about it, so I was like, alright.
Adamant. Yeah. Get on Warpcast. Like, if you're on iOS or Android, it's on the Play Store. And
What other OSs are there? Not running a Windows phone, dear God. But
well,
I would throw that against the wall if my company issued that to me. I'd be like, what? Nah. I just keep my two personals.
two personals. Sorry, what?
Oh no, one of the phones that I was
Oh,
is Android, but I have both an Apple and an Android that are personal.
yeah. I love Android because I'm currently in the process. Like, I did one. I'm currently in the process of writing a custom Android kernel for a rooted Android on which I plan to run a Docker container. I think I talked about this earlier. So
I think you mentioned some of that.
yeah, so basically that's like you can create your own bot or you can host your own website on a mobile phone or you can do whatever. You do a lot of things. Um
You don't want to pay the dev fees to Apple though.
the dev fees to Apple for Webcast.
Since you're writing stuff for mobile, you don't want to pay the dev fees to become part of the developer network. That's
Oh,
always fun.
I mean, I have to pay the dev fees to be a part of the dev network if I want to release any application on the iOS store, right? Without that, I cannot.
Exactly.
Hmm.
And then you get to go through every time you push it up, waiting for the review process, which can take days, if not weeks sometimes.
It's terrible. That's why progressive web apps are a thing, but it is such a horrible user experience, honestly. It's terrible. Progressive web apps. Um, I tried my best to be like, okay, what if I just keep three buttons? What if I just keep it text only? And but then I introduced a simple element of like a button and then Um, on iOS, if you want to get a progressive web app like FriendTech and have it on your homepage, you can't do it from Chrome. You can't do it from Safari or Brave from your iOS. It needs to be done from Safari. Um, so let's say a user comes to my app and it's a progressive web app. I have to tell them to, okay, click this button to open the same page in Safari. I don't even know if that's possible. That is not. I can probably give them, okay, tap here so that this URL is copied, open Safari, paste it, and then tap on share, and then tap on add to home screen. That's when I have the user um, retention. Is that right? User retention, right?
Retained,
Retain.
meaning that you've already got them, but yes, user retention is the process.
So yeah, user retention system would be like that, but it's so much easier on the App Store. It's so much easier. But I'm building on Unity, right? Um, so the game that we built on Three.js, it worked fabulously on the phone, but we introduced one simple element, and then when two more players joined the game, because it's like a massive multiplayer online game, it started lagging so much that I was like, okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna remove all the elements. I'm gonna go back to a commit where I have just the mobile interface, three buttons, and then maybe simplify the game. But this can be resolved with Unity. If I build it with Unity, deploy it on iOS as a game, and Android, and also web, and also like exe for Windows and Mac. Mac, I'm not very sure about compatibility. But even if I get iOS, Android, and I just do a wallet connect, and I have the contract ready, I have the thing. Maybe even if I don't really want to do like a whitelist thing, because then it becomes like people do farming. People like Omi, what they do is they do civil
Calling him out on his ways.
they they do civil attacks, and then people who are in developing nations who need these accounts, they don't get it. So, oh, hey, Omi, nothing against you, buddy. I'm with you on it. Like, I'm also with you on the thing that you planned. So, I've been studying on civil and civil resistance. And by the way, I was the one who flagged Gitcoin Passport about a major vulnerability that they had with one of their sponsors, and they literally replied to my post and said thank you, and they took down that particular company, and that company is pretty big, and that company is called Cyber Connect, I think, whatever. uh, so yeah, I'm also pretty big in cybersecurity, and it is so shameful when a company like company or DAO, whatever you want to call it, Gitcoin, makes something and calls it Passport, promotes security and civil resistance, and their own partner, whatever you want to call it, has a link from their homepage, which links to a Discord page, which basically, when you click it, drains your funds. And the reason that happened is because the link difference between So they had a link to a Dune analytics page, which had a link to a Discord. Now, the person who did the Dune analytics page, I don't know if this was on purpose or I don't know if this was by mistake. They made the difference of whatever. They simply missed HQ. So either it was a typo or either it was a nicely planned draining attack on people who go through from the Dune analytics page. I pointed this out. I went to the whatever company it was. I went to the server. I told them. They're like, "Oh yeah, this is so crazy. Yes, we'll do something." I said, "Okay, fine, cool. At least you acknowledged it." And the next thing I know, these guys have a community call, and the owner, he's like, "Oh hey guys, what's up? Everything's good. This and that." I type in there, "Hey, do you know that there's like an active exploit that can leak, like literally drain people's wallets?" No response. So I take to Twitter and I write a Twitter post. Let me link DM it to you. And the one of the hold on. I don't know if you know this guy. He's pretty. He's one of the. Oh hey, by the way, guys. Okay. I want to do a new startup. Uh, Not for profit. Are you guys familiar with Scambait on YouTube?
No, but I think I've seen something about it.
So scam bait is like there's a lot of scammers in India who target old women, old grandmas and granddads in the
I think
US.
I've seen the videos of the guy calling them and pretending to be like an old lady or something.
Right. So
After when he gets into the system,
yeah, yeah,
closed circuit cameras and all.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I want to do
Yes, the woman
scam.
next to you is Linda. I know that's Linda, but her real name's not Linda. It's not even going to butcher an Indian name. Never mind.
Linda. What?
One of the videos I watched on this, the guy was speaking to one of the women, and she was like, "How do you know who I am?" And he literally describes exactly what she's wearing as she makes like this reaction of like, "Holy crap, he's in the cameras." And he goes, "Oh, by the way, that's Linda next to you, or real name so and so," and he started naming all the people because he had spent time going through the LinkedIn and the social networks and tracking them down and literally had them all dead to rights in the call center. That was a bunch.
So I wanna do Scambait Web3 because right now in my DMs I have someone who he's not the first person, by the way, he's the second person who has a paid Twitter account, so it's blue. Okay, they have nice 1,100 followers, and here's how they scam people or try to drain people's wallet. The conversation starts with, "Hi, I looked at your project. It's really cool. How long have you been creating it?" I'm like, "Hey there." It's like, "How long have you been in the crypto field? What are your plans?" Fam, referring to me as fam. I'm like, "Hey, I started it at ETH Global about a month ago. Let me see when the first commit is." I said I started writing another thing, and I have 1 million tabs open. So sorry, this was in my Buffalo. I just hit send. So he goes, "Your project amazes me. I would like to offer you a collaboration on favorable terms." Like, what are my plans? Okay, so this started at ETH Global. I reached out to people on Discord, Telegram, tried to connect to bridge between Discord and Telegram. That's how I got my devs and people. Say, oh, bro, it happens. Don't worry. I said I sleep bad. I think 4:30. I got up at 6. Kickoff summit starting right now for 8th GHO. Not so long. The project is still young. Wow, good luck. Let's get in touch about the collaboration. Blah blah blah. I'm not gonna go. I'm just gonna skip all this. And then I'm like, hey, yeah, you wanna talk? Let's get an audio call. And it's like, unfortunately, not at the moment. We can call you later. I'm like, okay, cool. Then he goes, we are developing our meta world Dashland. Our project is based on a game in which the NFT collection is used as a game item and various weapons. And then he gives me a Twitter. And the Twitter is Dashland Meta World. Okay? Which has 11.4k followers, which is legit, I believe. Um, I don't know. I don't know these guys. They're on Polygon, Ethereum, Jersey, UK. Whatever. Dashland Meta World. I'm like, cool. So this person, Light NFT, Light Soul NFT. I don't see his name anywhere in this Dashland team. Okay. Um, and then he sends me a link to download. He's like, okay, here. He says, go to dash-land.io, and then he gives me a code. All right, and he gives me a code. He's like, I also made the developer's code for you. You will need to enter it in the launcher. Just please do not touch anything. Just look at it, and that's it. Enter it here, the code. And I'm like, sure. And I'm like, I'm gonna bait you now. And I'm like, it's not loading. Is this the dashboard? Why is that? Can you send me a screenshot? And I reply, can you? And I'm like, can yummy check. Let me check became yummy check for some reason. I'm like, okay, hold on. And I've been baiting him for on and on. And it's been going on for long. And I'm pretty sure this person has like scammed a couple people, or like they basically are spending money to make accounts look legitimate.
Yes. Yeah, there's lots of them. I've encountered a few on Twitter, in my DMs, and just the state of the entire crypto internet is like filled to the brim with bullshit. It's all scams, or it's big projects that are never going to happen. Like 90% of them.
I think one of the worst ones I've ever encountered was, Wallet Connect and its library that you can use for integration. They actually pushed up an update to the NPM for it that actually hooked in and performed the proper connection and everything else. But there was a little thing in there where it would cause an error and it would make you have to sign again. And what would happen is it was extracting the key through that process. So it was almost like mass deploying a wallet drainer / sniper all at the same time. And it went out to everywhere for like 4 or 5 hours.
And this happened with Wallet Connect.
Yes, Wallet Connect. And it's also the same thing about how this happened not more than a few weeks, maybe a month ago. Ledger had let some employees go, and a few people retained access to the repository that were no longer former employees. and they could actually push updates to the packet manager. They pushed out a malicious one, and all of a sudden everybody said, no one signed anything. No one signed anything. And then they pushed the update, and a couple hours later, everything was fine. But the thing that got me about it the most was a ex-employee who had been separated for several months had access to the repository.
Yeah, they got their SOPs all fucked up.
I mean, yeah, if they can push to the repo, if they have access to push to the main branch on GitHub, then, well.
Well, and the other thing is too is you can set permission level controls per user, and you would think that they were using a paid plan to do that, but they literally had everyone having access to master. Everybody could push commits.
Everybody?
Filled me with so much trust.
Everybody?
In a hardware wallet that does that,
Everybody.
Right, like I could just go pretend that I work there and get in.
Well, no, I mean, and that was sarcasm, but what it was the devs on the team, multiple devs, still retained access to it. There's been so many times that these packages that we just always grab and throw into our projects and don't really think about, upstream what kind of potential compromise can happen. We've got it in our build out. Next thing you know, we're compromised because upstream providers for our packages have been compromised. And the mass deployment of those just makes these attacks getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah, but like every commit is public, right? So I mean, so the way we set up Laputa is every time any commit is made, we had a hook in our Discord that automatically just pinged the Discord channel saying that, okay, update's been pushed, right? So like OPSEC, I think it comes down to OPSEC, right? So like how they are managing. Am I right? I think. I don't know.
Well, yes, it comes to your operational security, right? But it comes to a culture that needs to be developed from the very beginning of that. There's an onboarding process for someone coming into the organization, whether it's the company, the organization, however you say it. But when you bring someone onto the team, you have an onboarding process. These are the tools we use. These are only the tools that we use. Here's your key pairs. Here's this. These are the accesses that are granted to you. All this comes with you through your corporate, your company email. And this is the process. And you sign for all of that, or you denote that you've received it. And then at the same time, if you ever have to separate that team member, you go back to that entire process and remove all of that. But then you have to keep that access and roles constantly updated. If someone changes departments, then you need to remove their authorities within one department and move it to another. And that goes from even small teams of like 5 or 6 people up to teams of hundreds. You need to do that.
DevOps, developer operations, right? Basically, administration of. Yeah.
Well, part of it, just running a tech-oriented business. I mean, even if you look at it in the real world, of a standard 9 to 5 job where someone goes in and out of a building, you're probably going to give that employee a key, right? So when you fire that employee or separate that employee for whatever reason necessary, you don't let them keep the key to the building.
Of course.
You definitely don't let them keep, their corporate email address, their company email address. You don't let them keep access to the HR systems. Sure as hell disable all their network logins the first second before you walk them into the office to get them out of the building. I actually worked for a Fortune 1000 company. We'll just say did administration work for large entities, right? Other very, very big companies. And their onboarding process was basically, here's your key swipe badge. Go in here and set up your stuff for here's the master passwords for everything on the domain. Set up your own user account, set up everything. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I mean, I realized what my position is. I would do this not normally, but there's no one here to see how much access I give myself, how many alternate accounts I create.
Was this sent in plain text in email?
So it was actually written down on a piece of paper and handed to me.
No way.
I literally walked in the door. I was given my key badge. I was given, I was given a couple things. I was given the proximity cards for the data center. I was given the one for my office, and I was given the ones for the entire company. Basically, I could go anywhere I wanted to. None of them labeled, nothing else. And I got a piece of paper with the master passwords for everything, basically just handwritten down. Which only tells me one thing. They were definitely written down somewhere else in the building that could easily be accessed by a secretary. I cannot tell you the name, but I'll put it to you this way. Benefits, retirement, health were our primary focus segments. We had 50 million something participants, so that tells you 1/6 the U.S. market.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
So no matter how many millions or billions of dollars, this one was billions upon billions of dollars, your company has, all of that can be evaporated by something as simple as that piece of paper.
But they probably have two-factor authentication.
Not before I got there.
Oh, so you set it up and you saved them?
I'll talk to you about that in private. When I was brought in, this is a company that had somehow managed to bumble its way through being a fully listed public company with so many glaring security holes in it that I could have literally backed up a truck and stolen the entire business, and they would have had no clue what happened.
Well, you see, some people have good intent, and sometimes people with good intent don't get the recognition and or getting out of words right now.
Probably a lot of companies that are like that, and it's because the people that are usually in charge aren't really technology people. Don't know what's possible, what kind of attacks could happen, and they also probably don't realize that people would want to target them.
Well, consider the nature of the business, right? It was very obvious that they were a target. Like I said, most of our areas that we operated in, you could say, are health record management at the time, and a lot of HR, a lot of benefits, a lot of back end necessary for your HR and employee benefits. All I can go into. But that's prime PPI, you know, and so you do not want that out there in the public. You don't, like an Equifax, for example, where you suffer a massive breach of all customer data. But their processes were just so flawed. I still don't know how we maintain Sarbanes-Oxley compliancy. I will say this though, when I left, I sold every bit of my stock out of the company and just short that fucker to the basement. And yeah, I got a chance to, and I was just outside, so I had no eyes on me whatsoever when I did it.
Unbelievable.
Beat your head against the wall every single day in and day out, trying to tell them how, yes, by spending this $20-30 million in this quarter to go ahead and upgrade this system, which is on its last leg, which is going to fail at some point. If you don't, when it does fail, it's going to take down a quarter of the business. Then we should probably do this, because all it takes is a few cents off of the stock price when the entire system goes down to take out 20 times that.
Yeah. It's like a security breach happens.
I mean, yeah, I got horror stories. I literally have PTSD from that company.
I'm glad you're not working there.
That's crazy.
All right, I'll say this. I can say this. And I'm outside of my NDA. I'll say it anyway. So like senior healthcare enrollment, right? Comes around like November in the U.S. For all the like Medicare plans and Advantage plans and all that stuff. So basically, we provided back-end processing to the precursors of Advantage plans. And during that time frame, you need all of your systems running. You need, no downtime. Everything has been found to be stable. You have went to all the data centers. You've checked all the racks. You've made sure everything's good to go. And you don't touch anything 2, 3, 4 weeks out, and you just let the system run during your highest time frame that you have to be operational. These fuckers sent me to fucking Pennsylvania to a data center to do an entire rack swap out and all with a team on November the 6th of an enrollment year in which we were set to have a massive influx of several merged companies bringing in, doing new enrollments, plus all the pre-advantage stuff.
Mm.
And this rack literally looked like a 5-year-old put it together, with cross connects between racks, power being pulled on drop cords from halfway across the data center. Just an absolute mess. And I told them, I said, this rack is overloaded. These servers do not have enough power. You cannot expect me to add more servers to this overloaded rack and this thing stay up. And they told me point blank, you plug it in or you're fired. I said, okay. I said, send that to me in confirmation in an email, and as soon as you do, I'm plugging this in. The minute I did, the entire fucking rack went down. The entire row went down, and these antiquated systems that have been sitting there for 10 years without upgrades would not come back online.
Oh no, they were fried.
Yeah, both A rail and B rail were maxed out. You know, each one had 30 amps to it. These things were running huge platter array setups in this thing that were easily pulling 20 amps by themselves. And you want to put in a
Did you guys lose the data?
Oh no. After it happened and all, the minute it went down, all the alert systems started going off. I started getting all the ominous, Sysmon messages, but hey, this rack's down, this server's down, this server's down. Everything started coming in, and I went, okay. All I did is I forwarded literally everything in my email right back to the man who sent me the email. It said, plug it in or you're fired.
Wow.
And I just let it just CC him on everything, just send everything out there to him. And he said, what the hell happened? I said, we're down, and it is like 11:30 at night, and there is no way in hell we're going to be back up for enrollment.
You must be like, I told you so.
No, I was very professional. I just merely forwarded all the told you so's to him. I let the system
You
that
did cover your own ass.
Yeah, I let the system that I put in place for most of the monitoring and all to do the talking for me.
You merely forwarded I told you so's professionally.
Yeah, pretty much from every single monitoring system. And I told him, I said, I'm getting on a plane in like 24 hours because I'm apparently terminated at this point. And he said, well, what does it take to fix it? I said, I guess we're going to have to renegotiate contract on the fly, aren't we?
Yeah.
Wow. Some people have no business anywhere close to managing what goes on inside of a data center.
Yeah, that's very much true. I mean, I've seen some crazy stuff, and I don't do that anymore now. Like most of the stuff I'm doing is remote from my house, and I go in to work, once, twice a week, just whenever I need to actually put hands on something. But that was a few years back, man, and like I said, I still have PTSD when I walk up to certain racks I've never seen before. You open that cage door and you just look at that rat's nest and all that shit that's left for me. But half that rack been powered on? Oh, no, it's not. That's right, abandon the servers in the racks, sure.
Yeah, I've seen it all. Spent a lot of time in data centers and at different server boxes at different cell tower sites.
Oh, that's right. We had that conversation that night about some of the janky stuff we've seen, right?
Yeah. I've got pictures still. Like, I saved a bunch of photos of different jobs that I had to do. Like, there was a logistics company, or no, they built RVs. It was an RV company. and I had to redo their entire internet and phones and everything. They had fucking Cat 5 cables running across the floor, taped to the corner or whatever. And if that, you know, they barely keep cash.
Yeah, maybe 5 or 10 million. He's right.
Well, here's the thing. I'll just say this: Big Boy Bank was right down the road, less than a couple hours away.
Yeah.
Big Boy Bank.
The Fed Reserve.
Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, but that's because they have insurance, man. They act so careless.
Like that one right now, I'm still remembering my first walk in on that rack. My chest is all tightened up. I'm like, I don't want to talk about that anymore. But like I said, I used to travel. I used to do that all the time. I've got a buddy that still does it now. He lives in his house maybe 2 weeks out of the year, and he travels constantly, living in hotels.
Yeah.
Good money, but a shitty life.
I made shitty money as a network engineer. I could have made a lot of good money, but I was paying shitloads of taxes. I was investing like 10% of my income in my 401k that fucking disappeared. Can't find it. I've been trying to search for the company that was providing it.
I'll say this: if you drop me some information, just where you think it may have been in the circa timeline, I may have some people that can track it for you.
Track what?
A retirement savings.
So I don't have. What's the opposite of retirement? Savings.
Working income.
I don't even have working income savings. You're talking about retirement. Yeah, I also need to work on my retirement savings. So yeah, involve me in that as well. By the way, I'm just putting in links. You guys can check it out later. I need some advice. I need some inputs. You guys can take a look at it later. So I'm competing for LF GHO, which is a stable coin by OB, right? And they reference 1. They said that the first thing that they liked was this. Second one, holy shit, I lost. Oh no. Yeah, okay. Anyways. So my idea is trying to gamify Go. So the Go token is Control Shift T should bring back the tabs I closed, right? Yeah, there it is. Yeah. There. But my problem is Go is a ERC20 stablecoin L1. I can use MUD to deploy it. I can use something like maybe JS or like R3F. To maybe do something. Yeah, Pepe, it's amazing. Like, but I didn't do that. That's what they said, that they loved this, so they're like, look at this. This is what other people have built, and build something to impress us even more. That's Pepe. Pepe use like a NFC token. And by the way, if any one of you wants to like hack share profits, it all happens trustlessly. My team is open. Don't think anyone here codes, but I know that homie's good with tokenomics, and Go is a token. It's a stable coin, ERC20, always pegged to the US dollar. So it's trying to compete with DAI, I guess.
Dude, I know everything about DDAW and Aave's protocol. I was there when they invented it. I've been using this shit since they invented it. So, Aave token, me and I was talking with Raid about this. Aave had a plan to launch their own stablecoin that was going to be backed by their governance token. So in order to get a hold of them, you have to sacrifice your governance power, your voting rights. And their goal is to shrink the supply of voting tokens by offering a 100-to-1 ratio. So if you have an Aave token if you buy it under, say, $80 or so, you can instantly make 20% profit. You're going to have to pay ETH gas fees for, I think, first purchasing, swapping it, moving it onto the blockchain or acquiring it on the blockchain, staking it, depositing, and then minting the GHO. But you can mint 100 stable coins per Aave governance token. It's not the most stable right now because there's not a lot of liquidity besides the liquidity that's provided with the Aave governance token itself. But what this does is it reduces the amount of voters on proposals, and it makes people choose if they want to have utility of Aave, the social power of holding Aave, or cash liquidity.
Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. Okay. So they want people to burn.
Not burn, but use as collateral that they probably will come back for because they're going to spend the stable coins on something else.
I need 2 seconds to go get a refill coffee.
Okay. No rush.
I want to hear this because this that hit that special part of the brainstem. You know what I mean?
Dude, it's genius.
Where you go?
My coffee
now. Do I want power? You know?
Exactly. Yep. It makes the user choose. But Aave it's a lending protocol. You can supply collateral.
Yeah.
That the protocol will then lend out to other people, and you can borrow an over collateralized loan. Anybody that's used this knows this.
Yeah. So you can borrow or you can lend, and you can get a percent on it, right? So it's like a bank, right?
It is a DeFi bank, 100%. It's worth billions of dollars.
Yes. And it's one of the biggest. I think it is the biggest, right? I actually did a pool deal. I don't know if you know this. I did this with Good Ghosting. I did the OG pool on Aave, and they had a competition of creating a pool, and the pool that made the highest returns wins whatever, blah blah blah. So I made the OG pool, and I just did the OG ETH pool, and I put the ETH pool from Aave V3 strategy, and I won. And that's how I got introduced to Aave. It's like, oh, they have strategies that you can just like take that strategy and use it as your own. I was like, oh, cool. Pretty cool. So basically, you can make a dApp that takes people's money and puts it in Aave.
Yes. Actually, I wanted to talk to you about that because...
So you're saying make a dApp that takes people's money and puts it in our wallets? What?
No.
Just puts it in our wallets, not just puts it in our wallets. So remember how we talked about Fuji and how they had Fuji had the model where they would shop around for the best rates for borrowers.
Right. Yeah.
They would automatically move their funds to whoever had the lowest borrowing rates. And this would also deepen liquidity on whatever protocols were offering that. And it made their TVL look huge, even though it was borrowed money. And temporary. And they could lose it very quickly, too. But what they would do is, I noticed that Fuji would move funds, right? They would vote to have a lower borrowing rate than the competitors. A news article would come out bragging about how much liquidity they have, and then the money would get moved again somewhere else, and then they would do it. And they were competing with other people's money for media attention.
So explain to me, though.
Yes.
The GHO token.
Yes.
It's not listed here, so
No,
I get it, and whatever. I've got other ways to get here. If I need to, I'll figure something.
No, we're fine. We can talk about it here.
I'll go pay Saba, be like, hey, Saba want money? Saba unbanned.
Yeah, $5 or something,
It's some
let it go.
But so, all right. So this is essentially a token that is actually 100 to 1. So if you are burning Aave, or
not burning, but you're basically retiring it. You're putting it in the custody of the protocol as collateral for the loan. Yes.
Right, because you really can't technically burn a token. You just retire it or remove it from circulation. It's still issued. It has a history to it. So yeah.
I mean, you send it to an address where it cannot be.
It's not permanently gone. If you pay back your loan for 100 to 1 ratio, you can claim your collateral again.
Oh, so it is reversible. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, so it's just you're borrowing against it at a 100 to 1 ratio. So if you bought Aave $60, you were able to borrow $100 without getting liquidated.
Huh.
That was how they incentivized people. So that's why I tell people that it's going to $100. And people are like, how the fuck do you know? I said, watch. And I'll pull up the chart right now.
So let's talk about. One second.
So right here, they ran up the chart because word got out that you could get $100 for 60.
Get $100 for 60.
In other words, Omi Daddy's got big bags of Aave.
I know.
Not anymore.
I know. I know that because we've been talking for a while now, but I don't care about that. What I care about is building something together which is sustainable in the long run. Not a cash grab, not a pump and dump.
No, dude, fork Aave and fork Fuji, and have some sort of incentive program that brings other people's debt into the protocol. And then if we have a governance token, okay, if you have a governance token, you're in control of that, right? Say that we have 10 million, like Aave does. You have 10 million or 30 million or whatever, okay?
Okay.
You're printing them out of thin air, okay? Other people are depositing money into Aave. Your Aave tokens are like a stock, basically. People buy it so they can vote. They want to have control over which pools has the highest APYs. Obviously, people want to buy it so they can vote for their own pool to have the highest APY and the lowest collateral ratios and lowest borrowing interest rates. Right?
Okay.
So while everybody's buying Aave tokens and fighting over whose pool whose pool is going to get the highest yields and the lowest stat ratio. You can supply the AVI that you're getting out of thin air that has probably close to no liquidity, very, very thin. And instead of selling it and on the chart making the price go down, you could just borrow against it 60%. And if you're the team and you have 30 million of them, and they're all worth 60, 70 bucks or whatever, and your market cap is huge.
No, wait, I'm such a dumbass. I am such a dumbass. I'm such a dumbass.
You're not a dumbass.
No, I'm a dumbass in tokenomics.
No.
I mean, take your max supply.
Wait.
By what it's selling is, and that's
let's just use AVE as an example. Right now, their tokens say that they're worth $101.79 right now. Their market cap is 1,495,000,000, 31,000 and.
Okay, let's just take it 1.5 billion. Okay, let's just consider 1.5 billion. Okay, that's the market cap. Consider it. Okay, now, now.
This is cheaper than free because somebody else will pay for all of it. That's what I'm telling you. It's cheaper than free.
It's cheaper than free.
Someone else will pay for it.
You didn't have to pay anything for it. You didn't have to do anything, really, except for the dev work. Then people are giving you money, so that's why it's cheaper than free. You're getting paid for something, which is essentially
something. Hold on.
But what is the only other thing on the planet that's cheaper than free? Anybody have any guesses? What else is cheaper than free?
What else is cheaper than free?
Something that someone else will pay you for that's worth nothing, that costs you nothing. Yeah, nice.
Okay, guys, hold on. Look.
That was a good one. Tony, I love you now. Garbage. Waste.
one in the gutter.
Waste. No, but waste though, right? Waste. People, you create it. You, the user, whoever's creating the waste. You go to the store, okay? A person goes to the store. Vegemite. Let's talk about Vegemite. Yeah, you make the V, the shit that comes out when you're making the V, you sell that too. Yes, waste. That's what I'm saying. Byproducts. Yes, byproduct of the production. You sell trash bags, they come in a box. And you have to throw the box away in the trash bag. And then you have to pay somebody else to come and haul the trash away. The trash company gets all of it for free, and you pay them. They take the garbage, they sort it out, they sell it to recycling companies, they gamble it with other countries based on the quality of the trash that whatever country might have that another country might want. And there's like a 100% guarantee that somebody else will buy more trash, more packaging, more waste, and they'll pay you to come and take it away again. And the cycle continues.
Well, like byproduct. Another example is the clothing industry, right? How many hundreds of thousands of shirts they print up? How much stuff they put out? Sell it for a ridiculous markup. Whatever doesn't sell, they don't want to sit down and give that away for any less than, maybe a reduced or clearance price. They'll take all that, they'll send it to foreign countries, have it re-shredded back down. But what they do is they sell it to those countries, and those countries will use it for clothing and such as that, and textiles. But they've already made their money off the front end of it. Plus they made money on selling it. Plus at the same time they can then buy, essentially reprocessed and bring it back. So yeah, okay. So byproducts of any industry that you've already received some type of compensation or revenue from that would otherwise cost you to get rid of, if you can figure out a way to sell it downstream, you're making revenue from it.
And that's why the whole entire financial industry runs off of debt. That's why banks are debt. That's why money is debt. Debt is the byproduct of having a bill in any denominated currency.
So Aave
makes
money from giving loans to people, right?
People demanding loans from them, taking them, asking, begging, doing whatever they gotta do.
Begging, asking. How do I beg Aave for a loan?
You pay the gas fees. First, you have to supply collateral. You have to supply more collateral than you can borrow against.
Yeah. I got that.
Yeah.
But
if you give them $100 of USDC, you can only borrow 50 from them. You have to give them $100 in order to borrow 50.
What about over collateralized, under collateralized, and
so they don't have any. The only under collateralized positions they have is for the Aave token and the GHO pair. And that is when the Aave token was under $100. But once it reaches that sort of threshold, that parity with the amount of debt that what they did was by saying you can borrow $100 of GHO, they locked in the price of Aave forever. The market will always remember, well, I could borrow $100 of this, so I'm not going to pay more than $100 for it. And if the price goes over $100, I'm selling because it's too high. The market will find the price at $100 because that's where Aave, the protocol, has set the value.
Okay.
I want to ask you a question. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. No, it's go ahead. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna get something to eat and then I'll ask my question. Please go ahead.
Okay, thanks, go ahead.
All right, so the question is this. When you are writing loans to individuals, yes, if you give $100 USDC, you can borrow 50 back. But at the same time, my question is, where is your risk profile for the loans in terms of the collateralization? Is it only stables that they will accept, or is it fluctuating price assets?
So you should pull up the Aave website right now, Aave.com. Look at what they
if you go to my stream, I literally have the thing open. I literally shared it in our group chat as well. Guys, look, let me do it again.
Are we streaming it on here or something else?
Unlonely. I shared you the Unlonely as well.
Yeah, but I'm on mobile, so like having more than one thing open is going to be very inconvenient. Yeah, go ahead and if you look in the group chat that IBC created, you can see.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Yep. So it's an open source protocol with non-custodial liquidity markets.
By the
So what it means is they're just creating the opportunity for people to trade with each other.
By the way, do you wanna talk about the thing that happened between Spark?
What happened with Spark? Isn't it a fork?
Yeah, but do you
or MakerDAO?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then there was like this controversy thing happened. Not a controversy, just like a beef online. That was like
They are competing products for the same audience. They're competing for the same limited amount of liquidity hedging.
Yeah, and then I think Stani or someone kind of went off and they had like some sort of like a, let's just say.
Because probably what happened is Spark said that we're not going to do X, Y, Z, and this is how we're going to use the technology, and they lied, and then they ended up copying things and competing. Scandalous. It is scandalous. So Viz, if you look at this, you'll see they have ETH markets, they have multiple different chains you can borrow on. Polygon, you can borrow on Ethereum, Optimism chain. I think Phantom is frozen because of there was a lot of bad debt in the system.
Right.
But you can see how the MAI stablecoin, which is currently depegged, they're using
frozen
to repeg. You can also see that I believe KeyDAO, the QI governance token on the Polygon market, it might still be listed as an ability to be used as collateral. You'll find that Curve DAO stable, or not, yeah, the Curve DAO DEX governance tokens, the CRV tokens, are allowed to be used as collateral.
Yeah, Curve. I think it was one of my first deposits. Was ETH and USDT to get like 4 or 5%. I was on BSC Binance chain when we had like Beefy Finance, and we had like Beefy is still around. I still remember they almost signed me up for like a visual. I'll show it to you. It's like it's like a carton of milk, and then the carton has like Beefy written on it. Uh, but then I don't know. Their funds. I think the market crashed, and they're like, oh. But we're still in touch.
Yeah. Not a good time to go shopping when the market's crashing.
It was difficult for me because I started off as a vested designer for index finance. And if you don't know the story about index finance was hacked by a 17-year-old or 18-year-old. This was widely covered by Coindex, Cointelegraph.
Yeah. Coindesk, Cointelegram, yeah.
And the hacker is like, code is law. That's all the hacker says.
Yeah, the young people, that's what they believe.
And then it was like this huge controversy because Index was always like, yeah, we believe in code is da 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 da. And then
what happens to them, and they say, oh, not in our case.
And then they say, but then like they're like, but you're stealing people's funds, right? Dude, I installed this app, and then every, I don't know, 45 minutes it just tells me take a break or snooze. So I'm just gonna like maybe stand. I'm taking a break anyways. I'm eating right now. So my vested contract on indexed was completely like yeah. But it was a good learning experience for me.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy because one of the lead devs of Index Finance is still in touch with me. Doesn't talk a lot. Very straight to the point. Works on different protocols right now. Right now he has a bounty for a front end development. I did some work, but then my nerves are paining me. And no, it's okay. That's okay. And they're doing different things now. He built his own decentralized kind of like a Oracle system where you can deploy your own Oracle and link it, chain it on any EVM, and just take data from anywhere like prices of banana, or like take any Google sheet, sorry, and have it dynamically update and have that as an index or a coin, or get that into Web3 basically. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's called Scryder Finance. It's not getting much attention because he never focuses on marketing.
Can you DM or the link group chat?
Yeah, for sure.
Because I do believe in like tokenizing price feeds on different assets. And that's how we have real world assets. That's why we have stablecoin pegs. That's how we have digital tokens that represent gold, the price of gold.
Yeah, so this is Scryder Finance. I actually built so Scry is like the Oracle infrastructure, right? Okay, now this app is telling me getting distracted. Why am I? Thanks for the reminder. This is not a distraction. Okay. Uh, that distracted me. I created a front end for Wayne. Wayne is a marketplace for vanity addresses on the optimism or the base or any ecosystem. Vanity addresses first were found to be exploited, but then 1inch came up with Profanity 2 on GitHub. Um, Basically, what that means is if you need an address which starts with 0x 00000000000 whatever and ends with 420, someone can actually mine for that address, and there's a software for that on GitHub. It's called Profanity. It's open source. Now, what Wayne enables is for anyone to trustlessly place a bounty for a specific address, and anyone to claim that bounty with mining for that specific address with the pub key and the private key. Pretty crazy.
That's really cool though, because it decentralizes the marketplace. It lets people match or take the job if they want to, and people can participate and make money.
Yeah.
Computing power for money.
So essentially, if you wanted a vanity address, say I want this, and you put out the job for it, that people would try to crack to get public and private key for it.
That's right. Right.
So what happens to the person who does discover that?
So
do they have access to that private key at that point, or do they?
No.
Move through the system without close.
Yeah. So the way Profanity 2 works is
about that.
Yeah, that's a really good question, right? So the way Profanity 2 works is it doesn't disclose that information. It has something called as a flag. Let me show you. Profanity 2. He forked this from 1inch. It is own changes.
Not 1inch repos.
Yeah, he forked it from 1inch. I asked him like, why did you fork it from 1inch? No answer. Why? But
what do you mean why? Why not? Who cares?
No, I mean I just want to know why. Like, I mean, like what's the motive behind it? Like, not in a way as in why, more in a way as in like technically, like.
Well, one of the reasons why I always copy a repo over to me before I start working on this. That way I don't have to push any commits. I don't have to do any of that. I control the version I'm working with and then can literally go through each of the new updates throughout and decide whether or not I want to include those or if I want to work with the base. I mean, I'm all for open source, but at the same time, too, I'm one of those type of people that I don't like to run the live branch. I don't like to sit there and if a new commit happens and it's pushed and to master and it comes to me, it could break something that I'm working with. But at the same time, it goes back to that. Who has access to that? Who can actually publish to it? Can push that, and if so, why am I immediately just taking it into mind without having at least a little bit of due diligence to read the fucking notes? You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So there's a lot of there's a lot of validity of you know, I'll take it over here, and so I know in case, you know, but because people's GitHubs get hacked all the time. I mean, every account gets hacked every time. If it's something that's used widely, it can compromise many, many, many systems. And especially with the ability to take everything from your GitHub and literally just throw it straight up into a live environment, you know, that's a major issue that not many people think about.
Yeah. Especially like now, that's why like I have two-factor authentication because my main branch automatically just pushes to on render. So if someone gets access to my repo and they push it to main, yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. All right, what do you use them for 2FA though?
Huh?
Please tell me you're not using sim-based 2FA.
No. I use TOTP and or I use hardware. What is it called? Hardware.
You have an RSA key?
Yeah, it comes with the Trezor. Comes inside that.
Oh, that with Trezors? Okay, I got you. Yeah. Okay. That makes.
Yeah, no, not sim. Sim
is
and
like. I ask them how they get their code, and they say, yeah, I get a text message, and I get my mind just goes, oh, great. Hold on a second. Let me call your cell phone company.
Yeah.
You would be surprised at how easy it is to do a sum swap.
Really?
Very fucking easy. It is still very fucking easy to do.
A lot of people have lost a lot of things.
They lost it all, man. A lot of people have lost it all. Some swaps.
That's why when y'all talk about, oh, look at this and look at that, I just start rolling up a brand new wallet and say, okay, I'll go over there, because how many times have people signed a transaction? Actually, we had somebody here last night. Can't remember who it was, but they've been here a while. Said, what did I just sign? I don't even know what. I just clicked something and had no clue what it was.
Oh, man. That is.
And I don't know. It wasn't. It wasn't. I don't think anything malicious, but at the same time, too, we get into that rhythm where, oh yeah, I'm doing this. I need to go ahead and sign. Fine, I have to click to connect to get into the website. Fine, whatever. And not many people read the details. They don't look because you just get that habit of over and over and over. And it takes one slip up on the wrong side, and that's it. Then when they drain all your money, and especially they drain all the like chain token, right? They drain all your chain token. You can't do any transactions. they're just waiting for you to put some money in the bag for them to go and get the rest of it.
Oh yeah. That automated drainer. Yep. Recently.
Although this is the part that tweaks my mind a little bit, but I really want a drainer. I want a drainer, and I want to have it in a very contained environment, and I want to sit there and watch it. I want to watch how it's done. I want to break it apart. I want to out of the curiosity of it. I mean, I'll throw a few bucks at it so it can steal from me, right? In a controlled environment, but I want to watch it. I want to see how it's done. Therefore, because you always hear about them. You hear about the drainers out there. You hear about, the sniping. So I create wallets and throw a few bucks in it and play with them. And usually most of the time I end up grabbing as much of the code from the site and everything I can from the site. And I've got a massive little bank of stuff over here, mainly because it's the same fucking people. It is the same ones. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Yet again, I'm of the mindset, if you're going to scam, have some fucking innovation about it. Improve your scam,
Mm-hmm.
I know that's kind of a weird way to think about it, but at the same time, you keep doing the same thing, people figure you out, and that's all well and good, because I'd like to be the one that says, oh, doing this again? Fine, we're going to shut you down. We're going to stop you from stealing this. The white hat, but yet still gray hat out of me.
So there's this client I came across recently. I don't remember where. It's called a Drainer Wallet Rescuer. So what it does is
A drainer wallet rescuer.
Yeah, so if your wallet's been drained, what it does is it tries to get everything else out quickly before the other person takes it. For example, your ENS or your NFTs or whatever other assets you have on other chains.
Okay. All right.
Where did I
was thinking there was an @Gmail address attached to it.
@Gmail?
Go on Twitter, go on any of the social media things. If your funds were stolen, contact my friend so-and-so. He helped me out. Walletrescuer@gmail.com. You're like,
Yikes.
Sorry, I too much tongue in cheek and satirical.
Imagine having like the mindset to go to that level and be like, oh, someone got scammed and I'm just gonna go and try to help them.
I've seen it multiple times actually. Worse than you might think.
Because and it's usually the bigger people too. You lose a wallet with a couple $100 in it, you really don't care. Well, I shouldn't say you really don't care. You care, but it depends on, where you're at in the world too. A couple $100 in the US don't really matter. But if you're overseas in an economically depressed country, that's months of living. And that desperation will drive them to say, well, I've already lost it all. I'll just go there and do whatever I can to maybe recover even half or 20% of it. I'll be happy to get some back. I'll lose some, but at least I didn't lose it all. Desperation.
So what I've seen in the past is a project gets rugged. Okay. Very well-known rug, very notable rug. They have a Discord and a Twitter or Telegram or whatever, or maybe all of them, Reddit, all the social media, TikTok, Snapchat, Signal, whatever. A secondary scammer creates a project saying that they're going to help those rug victims to make more money on a new project. And then if you can prove in your wallet that you were scammed, you're a part of the scam, you're victimized with a scam, then you have the opportunity to mint an NFT for the new project that will make you a whitelisted member, and you can have a chance to play on a new project that's more fair, but you don't get scammed. Right?
Oh, those are the good ones right there.
Yeah, everybody goes and they send 0.3 Ethereum to mint an NFT in their wallet, and then the dev gets all the ETH voluntarily. No fighting, no struggling, no. Being totally transparent. They know they're minting an NFT. And the project never launches, and the Discord, and the Twitter, and the Telegram, everything disappears.
Oh.
Because what this makes me sound so bad the way I'm going to say this. What is the easiest person to victimize?
Somebody you know that's already getting scammed.
You don't have to go hunting. You don't have to go hunting for your victim. You have a willing pool of victims right there. Not only did you get 10% of them, 20% of them, on the low end uptake of it, but at the same time, you know these people are susceptible to being scammed. And you know that some of them are going to, learn from it and not fall into it. But others, they are that desperate mindset to try to catch it.
They want to make it all back with the one trade. And they end up losing twice as much.
And I say all of that, mind y'all, right, with the curse of human nature, the vulnerability of the human condition as to how we think about things and how some people process things. I don't mean it as in, like, it's a great thing that happens, but at the same time, it's a beautiful scam if you're looking at it to say, by process alone, they eliminated 90% of the work. They already have a willing pool of victims, and all they have to do is get a small percentage of that. And 10-20 is really actually a low uptake percentage.
Exactly, and I think what's happening is either the original devs that scammed the project that rugged it, or the people that pulled the rug, or other users that got rugged trying to make their money back off of other members they don't have money to lose.
But here's the best part about that, right?
Okay.
Is plant a few shields into that scenario. Rug your shields in there, and they're active people in the community. They can prove they've been rugged. They may be in other projects, but you rug your shields too. You walk away. Your shields are then in there like, this guy seems legit, like he may be able to help us, and they do the same thing that they did, being big proponents of the original concept, right? As this, we can get out of this, y'all.
Shit. Damn, dude, that's evil. That's terrible.
I really, these are conversations I'd rather have in more secure areas, but by being in the space as long as I've been and seeing some of this stuff, that's the stuff that drove me in some instances to disconnect, because I really saw, I mean, there's other things and all, but I've really seen the true evil of people that you can't escape in everyday life. But then when you, like, so many people look at, the internet and the social aspects of it as a way of escapism of everyday life, whatever may be driving them, they want to go game. They want to go talk to good people. And then that happens to them again. That's usually the trigger that pushes people over the edge in their life.
The flip to the dark side, yeah.
No, I'm talking about as in the no longer living side.
Oh, yeah, sewer slide.
Because a lot of people have and I saw this firsthand during COVID with lockdowns and so many new people coming on board. I've had some really deep-hearted conversations with some people right before, trying to encourage them not to. And
dude, I've been dealing with this ever since FTX and all that shit got rugged. Like the sexes got rugged. Because I know people that they did every trade right. They timed all their shit right. They paid back all their debt on their loans. They You know, they never got liquidated. They made all the right trades. They did everything perfectly. Yep. And then I kept telling them, do not fucking trust these guys. Yep. They put all their earnings into fucking FTX, and then they got rugged when they're sleeping.
Oh.
I had yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
They bought like a whole stadium, and they had this. What's her name? Mariam. What's her name? The astrologist.
Oh, Miriam Violet, or something like that.
Mm.
Yeah,
she's an actress. She's a famous actor. They had Tom Brady. They had Shaq.
She's an actor.
They had Shaq, dude.
Hmm.
Of all the people in the world.
Who was the guy with the balding guy? He's got the hair around the
Shark Tank
temples and the eyes, the glasses. What's his name?
Shark Tank guy, man. They fucking got
no, not the Shark Tank guy. This is the guy. He's in comedies, like sitcom comedies, like series comedies. You know what I mean? He was basically like,
oh my fucking god!
He sat down and he played the part of like, nah, that's not for me. That's not for me. That was like his line. That's not for me. That's not for me. And then like after a couple of advertisements about it like that, then he was like into it. And I look at that guy. That right there was the shill. You got all these celebrities in there that is pumping it with their, with their clout and their influence. And then he's the guy that is the naysayer. He's the one that's going, nah, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. He's seeing that there's a potential rug there, and he's the cautious one. But then eventually he capitulates.
Isn't he one of those old, like, HBO guys?
Yeah, he's the old HBO guy. He's a white guy. He's got thick glasses.
Yeah, like a Jewish guy or something.
He's very much a Jewish guy. Yeah, he's got all the pronounced features of it, but he's got the Jewish guy hair. You know what I mean? Like the old Jewish guy that's got like the big poofy kind of hair, but it's the horseshoe ring around the head.
He's got the Bernie Sanders going on.
That's it. Bernie Sanders with chrome dome, but hair around the edges. That's him. You know which one I'm talking about? I'll find him.
Larry David of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
There it is. Larry David, Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah. Great description, man.
Dude, I'm glad you got my mind off that shit. But the FTX talk about that one. But no, I had a really good buddy that lost the house, lost everything with that. And that's why I say when you see that shit and you see people that have been in the space and they're doing the right moves, man, right? Beating the odds, and then something as simple as that just wipes the hell out.
So sad.
Yeah. But, he had other things going too, so. That was just depression.
Yeah, dude, I basically been people's personal fucking on-call 24/7 counselor. That's part of why I never sleep, dude.
I've noticed you've taken the counselor role in a lot of this, and that's good, man. It's good. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm pretty satirical with you in a lot of ways, but it's a good role to have because there's sharks in these waters, man, and they don't care. And sometimes just that one conversation, spending that sleepless night to help somebody through a thought process helps a lot, man. Helps a lot.
Well, we're almost at the end of it. And that's what I was trying to tell people. I said, hey, it could take a couple of years, but they have a lot of money and they know a lot of rich people, and the feds will nab them and they'll be forced to figure something out to pay you guys back. So just hang in there. One more day, one day at a time, one day at a time. People had their fucking retirement planned out, wedding, vacation, college fund, all this shit. And now they can't spend any of it. Like, I'm talking like $8 million. Fucking gone when you're sleeping.
Yeah, that's one of them that you don't roll over back in bed and go back to sleep because of. So that's the one you sit up 2 or 3 nights, wondering where you screwed up. Why didn't you see it?
All of it gone because of this fucking loser, dude. This fucking weirdo who didn't even give a shit enough to fucking dress formally at a financial conference with fucking heads of banks and government officials, CEOs of everything in the world.
But dude, don't you know that the garb of the nouveau billionaire is a fucking hoodie? Like, how does that work? You know, I'm not that old, but I also am the type of person too that, like, if I'm going out to hoodie, I'm going to the fucking gym, dude. You know.
You know, I see Vitalik Buterin, and I think the same thing. Though I'm like, this guy is a fucking idiot. You know, picking his fucking nose and sticking boogers on the wall, and like just
Yes,
he doesn't know how to dress like a human being. He wears
It's not that
t-shirts.
he's not
and shit.
anti-social. He's anti-social, though. These guys are drawing it. The FTX guy drew a lot of attention to himself in a way that Vitalik never does. Vitalik's not buying a fucking
Some of
stadium.
that attention, though, that SBF got was the perception. How do I phrase it properly? You felt bad for the guy. You felt bad for him. You just looked at him and you're like, God, look at this frumpy dumpy fucker. You know, you've got billions at it. Get a fucking personal trainer. Get a decent chef. Stop.
That's what I'm saying. If you got billions of dollars, you shouldn't be fucking skinny as fuck. Like, you need to have like professionals around you. Once you have that much money, fucking pay somebody to feed you all day. You know?
Well, no, I'm not saying that. I mean, he was just.
Yeah, he was very out of shape.
Yeah, what?
Oh yeah.
He was very out of shape.
I'm saying Vitalik Buterin is out of shape too.
Yeah.
The dude's like 100 pounds, 120 pounds soaking wet. You know?
That's Jack Dorsey.
OpenAI or whatever.
Twitter.
What about?
Oh yeah, Twitter.
And Cash App and Block. I think it's
Yeah.
called Block. So, like,
Is it Block or Block One? Wasn't he part of Block
Yeah.
One?
Yep, that's what it is. Block One. Yep, I knew there was a name to it.
But like I said, though, I mean, you don't have to, you know, I guess have the full-on Chad look or whatever, right? Be built like a brick shit house and all that good stuff. But at the same time, too, when you've got that much money, the last thing you want to fucking do is die without proper estate planning, having the number of years to shuffle that money off to the side. So the government
Yeah.
can get it, you know?
It's a tough one, but it is a way that people are judged, though, by how much discipline you have in maintaining your body.
Yeah, to a degree, like you said, if he's in control of a fucking $200 billion empire, like, you should, like, at least have a good diet, you know, some, like you said, a professional trainer, maybe,
Yeah,
some type of,
life coach.
yeah, it's a life coach, perfect.
What's that one guy that's only got like, I think, 20 or 30 million? But he's into this whole regenerative living thing where he's been re-injecting himself with
Oh yeah.
blood.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and every bit of him looks fake because he's had all this genetic testing done and gene therapy, and
Yeah.
he's like 50 years old, but
Yeah.
he looks like a really sickly something 30-year-old.
Mm.
That just
it doesn't make sense. And he cryo freezes himself to sleep or something.
I think I've seen something about that guy.
Really fair skinned, reddish hair, long, and he's trying to surround himself with these 18, 20-year-old women, but it's just really crazy the amount of money he's spending.
Yeah.
He's trying to spend an entire fortune.
Yeah.
To ensure he can live to like 200 or 300 years old.
Yeah. And his organic, like biological, or like he's younger than his son, basically, in terms of science, in terms of performance of matrix of blood reports and stuff.
Yeah, he's devoting all of his money to living as long as he possibly can, but like the rest of his family is suffering, you know.
There's some amazing treatments with stem cells, and I think one of the worst things that our medical industry could have done was ban it. Well, our government banned it.
Yeah, you're good, homie. You're good.
He spent like $1 million. His name. He spends $2 million a year. Brian Johnson? Nah, is it? Yeah, that's Brian Johnson, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not really worth that much, is he?
He's probably gonna be like selling his stack, like, so he's gonna be like, okay, this is what worked for me, and then he'll probably resell it to people. We'll buy it.
Yeah, he probably has enough publicity where he can make much money as he wants selling some product. He could probably sell regular ass vitamins, say that they're special vitamins.
Yeah. I wanna.
Oh, he's only 46. Okay. Yeah, he looks like shit though.
Yeah. It looks like Snake.
Called Project Blueprint. That's it. Yeah.
Blueprint. It seems like a chill
Weird.
guy. It seems like a chill guy, though. I don't know.
Okay, he has an estimated net worth of 400 million now. Still a decent fucking chef.
A lot of pills every day.
Yeah, probably has eating disorder or something.
Like a lot of vitamins.
You know what they say, like, Americans have, like, the most expensive urine of any country. Based on the amount of pharmaceuticals we run through our bodies, the amount of vitamins we run through our bodies that don't get absorbed.
Oh.
Our foods are called fortified with vitamins that are not very bioavailable when you eat. So, like, yeah, it just wasted.
No,
That's one reason why, like, I hate living in the city. It's because the municipal water supply is essentially a circular system. So what goes through you goes out to you, goes back through the treatment centers and back into the faucets. And so all those chemicals, all the antidepressants, all the things that people are taking in the city just cycles back through constant pharmaceutical stream of these small amounts
seriously?
of pharmaceuticals that can't be removed.
Wow, that's crazy. That is insane. So it's just like every pharmaceutical, good or bad.
Well, I mean, think about it. The normal process for that wastewater is like separation of solids, anything that can float, then using a chemical process to essentially just kill the bacteria. And then there's filtration. But on a molecular level, you can't be getting all of that out of that water. And the amount of stuff that we produce and that just goes, and that's for us in general. You know, how much shit do we throw in the ocean? How much pharmaceuticals and just runoff from industrial processes are continuing to make their way through the cycle?
Yeah, they say it's just poop and bleach, basically.
Very eloquently put.
I know it sounds gross, but hey.
Well, I mean, well, and make it even more interesting, right? Is that most of these municipalities still dump excess water into rivers and stuff. And so if you're downstream from other cities, then you're bringing that in to be treated, to be delivered. And so it just kind of an amplification further downstream you go. How many times has it been through people, picked up the pharmacology and kept on going?
Well, look at it. Was it the Flint water thing?
Oh yeah, the lead pipes. They started taking in the water or something, and it allowed leaching into the water supply.
The Democrats voted to use a contaminated water supply because they said it would save the government money. At least that's what they said. And then the city of Flint was then sued into basically bankruptcy with an emergency manager and shit.
Were they already like just from bankruptcy anyway?
It was already fucked, yeah. It was already fucked. It's like one of those, like Detroit, basically. It's like the same type of thing.
I actually sat on the auction bidding site when they started selling off the parcels in Detroit. And I mean, you had houses that were beautiful mansions at one point selling for $1,000.
Sure.
And you could pick up a vacant lot for like $50 as long as you agreed to build something on it and try to improve the city.
Yeah, you had like so many years to build a new house.
Yeah, and you know, it's because the city had expanded so much and yet it didn't have the tax base to support it. So they just started shutting off services. If the water main broke, they just cut the valve off upstream. Say, y'all don't need water. You don't need police. We don't have enough to patrol. If you call for the police, they'll be there in 30 minutes, 45 minutes, whenever they can get there. That just caused the further decline of that area. Although there has been some resurgence, though there has been some rebuilding little enclaves.
So check your DM, kid, because this is one that I bring up a lot. Look at the population before the, civil rights, race riot type of bullshit, the whole like Black Panthers thing. Look at before.
Oh yeah.
And then look at after, straight down.
Right. If you take that same time frame and plot, domestic production with it, and you do all the influencing factors of Detroit, you'll start to see why it's not just civil rights that caused that decline, but an entire eroding away of the purpose of the city.
Well, yeah, it is a number of things. The unions corruption, the Teamsters and all the bullshit. Jobs leaving the area of Ford and GM and Chrysler and all that. But yeah, it's like all the people leading up to it. Think of it like a crypto chart. Like we're FOMOing in, like, oh, Detroit, oh shit, I gotta get my ass to Detroit and have a family and like do the thing. And then the rug pull happens. 1950, rug pull. End of the World War II.
But you also got to think about this too now, right? Yeah, you're bringing up a very valid point. World War II. So that massive ramp up is during World War One, World War Two. Domestic production was at its all-time highest. But then you had returning veterans of war, and you had the expansion of subdivisions and planned communities to try to weren't really that heavy in that area.
Yeah, they're not even but they're using it for their outfit and all that, you know. That too, but you have subsidies that can be granted. You know what? I was wondering why things are going that way, but it makes sense. Financial disclosures like tons of people that are represented don't lease it out. Basically, what and right. Also look at USDA does a disaster relief program. Don't pull it from the field. From the field. That's like what you do. They're in the Midwest. I'm going to be having a working knowledge of that. Everything is trying. Everything is fine on the land or what? Well, no. All right. That was great color. Right. Of course, yes. And you know that being a farmer is not thank you for them. Honest in the story. But the whole area puts into tells how that's necessary. But when you talk about farms that are taking down their silos off, but are still active, running, and there's no makes you wonder why are they doing that? Basically, planet by the time the bill fell on demand, and that as a individual, have that one place. You don't have massive access. Put it up into the market to drive the prices you want to go. Yeah, a lot of it's sold overseas, a lot of it's sold for ethanol. That. But yes, trying to find land, you don't pull it from the field, process it in your own facility. They'll bag it up, put it on the ships, put it in bulk, and send it back. Next best thing to having your own land within your country or someone else's. Lots of ownership in your favor. Yeah, it's basically renting free money. Yeah, all it takes is acquisition of land. And if they can bring in the fertilizer, bring in all everything, Yeah, that's wild. I believe it for sure. I'm going to do more research on it. That's something that I've learned about growing up, seeing all this stuff. Another good one is look at payouts towards there's an actual disaster area. It's always a fun thing.
Natural disaster. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, where's my VS Code?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these like natural disaster refunds are scams. I mean, you see the amount of money that seems like is record high, especially at the high end. There is this ridiculous. But the companies like squeezing the resources of the community or something. Yeah, it's always true because there's some guys here that they raise hell anytime the city or county city tries to do anything. And they talk a lot of shit, but they're telling the truth. And you have these like, just Twitter liberal people that are like, oh, you're bigots because you don't want regular immigration. They're trying to do it here. And they're calling these little guys bigots. They're saying, well, why the fuck would I want somebody to come from the other side of the earth, come here and then live on the street and not have the same quality of life that I have in my home? How fair is it to that person that shows up here? Or has no idea what they're getting themselves into? Right? But they try to make it sound like the old guys are bigot because they don't want someone from somewhere else. It's like, no. If they come here and they try to do it whatever they're doing here, they've got, basically do what is normal. Participate in kind of cultural accepted norms. And boom, the more the merrier if they're legally integrating, if they know who they are, if they're past, we have their identity. Because we all have to prove that we are who we say we are. I'm going to go to the bank. There's a restriction on our cash. I got to prove that. Do myself. I got to prove that it's my account. If something happens, if I buy alcohol, cigarettes, a lottery ticket, they will see my shit. I don't have the option to buy it. There's so many scenarios like that. It doesn't make any sense that you would want other people to be here, colorfully documented, living a second class citizenship life. And I still believe America is one of the best countries in the fucking planet. It's the greatest country. But if you had a guest, or you want your guest to or your neighbor, or if you need to ask your neighbor for help, you want them to be poor? No, don't put them together. Yeah, I mean, yeah, well, you just need to look at a lot of money. And, eating is work, you can never get that. One of the worst Yeah, I mean, that is wild. Minimum wage to like $7. Yeah, I think it's 7.15. But there's another part about it. But this army in Texas taking over the border is going to be a bigger deal than what people think. Oh yeah. They basically told the feds that they were going to shoot them if they didn't leave. You know, with the ATF, the Border Patrol, and all been even letting these herds of people through. You know, not savage shit. Finally, the Army, the National Guard, Texas guys took over everything. They took over this huge park. It used to be like a place where like a bunch of immigrants would assemble and be camped out. Yeah, it was a major thoroughfare. And then if you look right in the background, I mean, quite honestly, the Metro Bridge, when you can just walk. And so, like, literally millions of people that pass through that park, and the feds were there just watching it. Like, what the fuck are they doing? Letting people through. Like, it's like they were told, okay, we're going to let X amount of number of people in per day, like, doing this or that, or, you know, who knows what types of intelligence operations are being conducted on U.S. soil. Yeah, exactly. There's two ways. Coyotes that are bringing them over. Some of these things are getting up to this house. Or somehow, once the plane started, there was a pipeline for people coming out of control. And then two, you know, some of them, they're not even living in houses, like camping outside and having players and like, the fucking desert or something like someone else's backyard. Why would we want people to come here and do that? You just know, get the 70. I want it 70, get 60 down.
Yeah. My voice is back.
That's okay. It doesn't work out.
Uh, I woke up early this morning and so uh, uh, I did. I just initialized my repo, and right now I'm in between Unimud, which is a mud framework in Unity, uh, and I'm trying to go through GHO's. Where is it? God. It's quite simple. It's just a stable coin. There's not much to it. And the thing. Oh. Um. I see. So basically, just like a utility. Multi-call. Yeah. Zapper. Gotcha. So they don't have to do multiple transactions. Just one thing and it's all done. Oh. Oh. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Deep dive into Go smart contracts. Okay, this is something that interests me. I'm just taking a look at the schedule. They have a video which says deep dive into where did it go? What the hell? Deep dive into GHO smart contracts. So now, when is that? That is January 15th, which happened 2 days ago, and where was I? Uh, and there's a video that's 41 minutes long. Oh my god. Okay. Uh, they have like a repo or something. No, they don't. Um, I wanna integrate the smart contract in mod.
Like in-game currency or something, or what are you trying to do?
No, basically, I just want to make an interface for it. So now, if you go to Av's app, where'd you go? Okay, it's here, right? Nah, that's not. Where's the app.av? Close all these tabs. Close cry.
Resource intensive in one place and one.
So basically, think of it this way, right? It's a smart contract. Anyone can interact with it. Okay. When I go to their website, what is it? Av.com, app.av.com, right? App.av.com. Okay, when I go to this website, I am interacting with this contract through my browser and my MetaMask extension. What I want to do is, instead of interacting with this smart contract through a browser, interact with it through Unity using MUD. And it can be done on a browser. It can also be done on an app on your iOS or your Android or your Windows. So it starts off as a simple interface that's basically on Unity. And I pretty much have figured out how to do it because I did it before with Laputa. I just need to, yeah. Um, no, but my project is a groundbreaking gamified framework built on the fusion of Mud and Unity. So my project is basically gamifying Go. So to simplify it, I think the most easiest way, because right now I don't have a teammate. I don't have anyone on the back end. I had someone on the back end, really experienced person, but they're traveling right now, rich people stuff. Um, so I think this is possible, and um, source code. Let me take a look at the Pepe source code. Let me look at their contracts. What do they have? Source script, SRC test, Foundry. That's nice, cause MUD. Okay. Okay. Let me close some of these. Some of these links that are open. I'm
Access is part of the maker ecosystem. Just like you can make your plan is as smart as another part of the VPN, and you make root it out, you know, with a VPN. I
Yeah.
can't use it anymore. They've somehow routed that my shit as VPN
So you buy a residential VPN basically. So that means there's something called as like um, Radmin is one of those, or for example, uh, a P2P VPN is like if you tunnel to me, uh, basically that means that someone in real life using real internet is giving you rather than it being a company. Yeah, you get a personal ISP. You can get it from I think Bright ID. What is their name? Bright Data. Bright.
I was gonna say we can just mail a couple of.
Bright Data. Yeah. Or like like I usually tunnel like if I'm in the States, I just tunnel back to my router in India and just set up like OpenWRT and that's it. Tunneling. We build tunnels. Holy shit. I sound quite sleepy. I figured I found this new thing that they call on-chain squad. I think I shared it with you in the group. Um, so yeah, someone wants to learn about like basic stuff. I think they did a pretty good job at pretty okay job. Open source tasks. So you do tasks and then you get paid for it. Pretty cool. And base probably, of course. Base. Who else? Base is sponsoring. Ether sponsoring. Address optimized based on build a new on-chain experience. Document the process behind it. Create rules that analyze files. Compute create address without RLP library. Hey, this is really nice actually. Like even just for like, oof, it goes on and on. On-chain squad. I sent the link right in our group. I think I did. Wait, hold on. Da, 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 da. Alright.
Yep. Showing the link.
No, I didn't. Oh, I didn't. Oh, I thought. Wait, hold on. Hold on. What did you buy? Oh, mod. Yeah, that's the mod that we use. And let me show you the Unimod that I'm using. So, Unimod is this. Unimod is like a Unity. Where is this? Yeah, this is it. This is Tank Mod. This is the tutorial for Unimod. Tunnels. That, there's a template that they have, but um, problem is get it to work. Yeah, join the on-chain squad, learn, build a better web together thing. I think it's gonna be pretty whatever. I don't know. Getting distracted. Like I have this app is pretty crazy. Like I'm gonna show you. this is what comes on my screen every like time I. Yeah, that's what I was wondering yesterday. I think I just need to set it up properly. Like, uh, it has some things which I haven't had it. Turn it off for a while. Turn it off and wait for something to see if it index whatever. What's up? Hmm. Yeah, yeah. It says start a focus session to continue tutorial. Keep clicking the yellow highlighted buttons to complete your end focus. Okay. Oh. Oh no, because I was in focus mode. That's why it was like, oh, oh shit. Now it tracked every single thing. Like, holy shit! Look at this. Like, it literally tracked which website I was and for how many minutes and everything I did. It gave me a score of 67. I don't even know how. And my top interrupters, my top interrupters were Discord and YouTube. But Discord 4 minutes, YouTube 1 minute. So it's not actually bad. Okay, so tracking on and start session. So right now it's off, so it's not gonna disturb me. It seems pretty cool, this Rise thing, but so all I wanted was like a tracker that basically tracks the amount of time I spend on certain things, on certain tasks, so that I can uh, sort of get like an analysis on project basis. I don't know, whatever. A dashboard of what? This coach thing? Rise thing? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Me too. Me too. Me too. Me too. Me too. I was very like, it's very, so like I'm actually tracking like I blocked outgoing connections for this particular app. But then it's either this Rise which looks okayish, or there is Clockify.com. Clockify. Clockify can just like simply can even also work in your browser, but it's very minimal. Like, let me show you. Clockify.me. It's in incredibly minimal. Okay, hold on. Let me Clockify.me. Not that. Why did I don't understand why my keyboard is stopped. Either my keys are getting old or yeah, it's either that or this. But this is like incredibly. I don't know. It's just like this just feels very. But this is free forever. Like they don't have any. Mm, yeah. Mm.
One thing though, I protect my data, but it's not in the wrong Our team has experience with technology
Security is not an afterthought. All right, set.
Periscope
Yeah,
has like selling points.
yeah. Gotta go to settings.
Yeah, all those engineers have fucking fired for being useless. But they come from the background of track everything. Doesn't have how consequential it is. Track everything.
Holy shit. Yeah.
They're government CIA agent.
Yeah. Crap. Yeah, I shouldn't have installed this thing in my machine, but uh, I think Clockify is like Clockify is. But this thing is like it looks. Uh, it looked better. It felt better. It.
Well, you can work on it over time. It's like concentration and focus is like a muscle that you need to exercise.
Yeah, but you know what happens with me sometimes is like I have VS Code open, and I have two VS Codes open, right? One is one thing that I'm doing here. One is one thing that I'm doing here. One is one branch, and one is the other branch. And I'm about to do a certain task, which I write on a sticky somewhere, and then sometimes I four finger swipe, go to a new desktop, and I waste an hour there. So it's it's just um I don't know. I maybe I should like make my own custom. Ah,
Just a little bit of meditation at night time and to practice, self-awareness and uh, focus, concentration.
yeah.
Meditation is really, and reading books is a good way to practice your focus.
I actually
Pages before you look away from it.
I actually started that yesterday. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, let's see. Only your back page, don't you? Yeah, unfortunately, nobody needs me for it. Uh, look at the one part where it says distraction.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Windows has focus for 33 minutes, but yeah, it's like, mm, yeah. I mean, it's this makes it easier for me to also understand how much time I'm spending on which project. Oh, mm, yeah, 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 because. Yeah, I'm just going to the settings and looking at all the things they have from me, and they have a lot of things. They have all my calendars. They, what the hell is urge surfing? When urge surfing is enabled, I'm about to uninstall it. They have something called as AI coach notifications. Receive AI coach notifications. What is that? Interesting. Wait. Royalty free worldwide. Holy, holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. Smart brakes, brake snooze. Let me just look at the features so like I can build one myself. Distraction blocking. Okay. Session and whatever. Privacy. URL privacy. Only track the domain. Holy shit. Suggestions. Data export. Start. Receive an email with a CSV file of your data. Sessions. Redact track data. There we go. Clicked it. Are you sure you want to redact this action? Yes. Redact all my tracking rules. That's all I wanted to do. I have redacted my data. Now I go to settings and uninstall. I will set a timer for 7 days from now. No, no. Nah, I just installed it like 2 days ago, so they have like, I think they have it. Nah, I don't. No delay on it. Ah, okay. So, autonomous Brahmand, next ID mask. This is done. Hackathon. So I did like a fully on-chain hackathon where every hacker had their key basically airdropped on the Optimism chain. We used Unlock protocol for that. It's pretty cool. We're planning to do it again before I go to, hopefully, if I get my visa to the Netherlands for Ethdam. We are planning to do it again in India. Yeah. Hey, this 8. Mm. 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 Alright. Girly. Yeah. What I'm gonna do now. Mm-hmm. Doing what? To who? What? I don't know what you guys talking about. Ah. Okay. So I just need to interact. I'll just resubmit with a higher gas fee. Hmm. Okay, cool. So that's my to-do list when I wake up. Dear. Got so much to do already. I think what's more important than LF Go right now is what I feel about it. Scheduling, setup. Go plus Unity plus MUD. Voxel interface UI navigate ERC4626. What does Go even use? Oh, Go's, I don't even know. Go smart contract. Enter. That's it. Start it. I think I've done most of that stuff. There's FarCon happening at ETH Denver, I think so. Just submitted my application to FarCon. Whoever made this website. Anonymous job. Could be more stuff attempt. What? Website. Show me the website. Farcon.xyz. Let's take a look. I'm another winner. February. Yeah, we're fucking analyzing it. I don't like money and playing a lot of it. Venice Beach. I see Cameron right there. Has anyone of you been to Venice Beach? Is it good? Venice Beach, CA, California, I guess. Oh, Huntington, okay. Venice, CA. Oh, that's Los Angeles. That's LA, is it? California, Venice. Oh, wow. California.
You should go to Hawaii is better.
Hawaii.
That's definitely on the list.
Hmm. Hmm.
Used to live on the Guardian Bay, and I would take my boat out to the sandbar on the weekend. There's a sandbar that's like 5 miles off of the shore, so you're like out in the middle of the ocean, but the sand comes above the water, like the middle of the ocean. It's in the middle of the bay. Oh wow. Yeah, everybody's out there with barbecue grills and ponchos. There's reggae concerts and shit like that out in the middle of the bay.
Wow. That sounds amazing.
Perfectly clear water, you know. That sounds like going out to the rabbit out of that. Yeah, it's a great experience. Right. Depending on the time of day and if the tides change, it would be either foot deep or it would be the sand above water. You know, it would be like completely dry sand. You know, because most of the day the sand is above the water, but then nighttime usually it gets like it would get like 12 feet deep.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. And after that, I felt like such an asshole.
Hmm.
One time I was at a reggae concert and the tide shifted. So the guy on stage performing thought he could dive into the water, but he didn't realize that it had gotten a lot shallower throughout the day. So he dives in and breaks his neck. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Sorry, I was reading. Like, what happened? I had to jump in, right? Yeah, he was performing at a reggae concert on a sandbar. And the tide had changed throughout the day, so he wasn't aware of how shallow it had gotten. So, you know, probably earlier that day, he could dive in no problem. It was like 6 foot deep or whatever. He goes dive in, it's like a foot deep. It's not a recoverable injury. They took him away on a jet ski with one of those stretchers on it, the floaty stretchers.
Oof.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, but
Ideas and executions. Mm.
Well, if you need some mindless drones to click on shit going.
Okay, so I think I have my hackathon idea already. Do you guys have any suggestions that would make my idea pop, stand out, or win? Um, Kind of bring up what Ave said, what they're looking for. They're looking for the thing that I shared earlier, the Pepe-ish thing, whatever that was. I think that was like an NFC thing that you pay with. Basically, Pepe Pay. I think, Plasma Solidity. Testing out of bottoms. Just go away. Test your bot. Team prices. Oh, there are the prices. What do we got? Holy cowly moly, 50,000. Payment 17K. So categories are payments. GHO is a ERC20 token with support for signature-based approvals, with the ability to use on-chain facilitators such as Ethereum Market and Flashmint facilitators to access liquidity. These features enable advanced integration to be built into the token transfer process. Like what? The price category is to build tooling to simplify the experience of sending and receiving payments with Go, and utilizing the unique features of facilitators. Project should increase accessibility of Go through an application or SDK. It is recommended to implement features to abstract. I know how to abstract and simplify the experience, such as signature methods, account abstraction, permit, account abstraction, credit delegation with signature, account abstraction, and they themselves wrote it. Like, why do you even need to write all of this? Alternative signing schemes, multi-signature, passkey, account abstraction, did with commit, already done passkeys. Smart contract wallets 4337. That's interesting. Hmm. I need to see who's coming up with 4337. I think third web, maybe third web. Anyways, Proof should implement sending or receiving Go tokens and provide a demo proof of concept. Definitely transferring Go, integrating Go. Okay, so that's payments, which is 17K. Then is wallets. Oh, so my game can make players pay each other, put money inside their wallets in a 4626, which I did mention previously. Credit delegation, NFT credit delegation, DeFi protocol integrations. Of course, this is going to be in the roadmap. Facilitators, 11,500. What is this? I don't think I want to go for this. What is this? Oh, this Our V3 facilitator FlashMilk are initial facilitators that launched this price categories to create new potential facilitators. An emphasis on verifiably collateralized reserve through smart contract agreements, proof of reserves, or other Oracle implements. Project should contain a facilitator contract which could be proposed to the DAO as a potential source of low liquidity. I don't like this. I don't want to go for facilitators right now. I mean, no, it's okay. 11K, whatever. That's also like 7K for someone and 4.5K for number two. Integration price. Integrate, go into online experience. Create synergy with existing Web 2, Web 3. This is where I shine. Applications to bring new users, new cases to go, up to 10 winners, 10K. So 1K each. 1K, that's I'm taking home. Facilitators might look into this later. Waltz, probably gonna go for 4.5K, 5.5K plus. Let's aim for 10, 15.5K. Oh, and then there's Chainlink. Fuck. 5K. So that's 5K, 3K, 3 teams up to 1666. So yeah, so it's 15 more. The prize will be awarded to the two best projects, meaning I just have to use CCIP, that's it. And there's family. What is family? Is connected in a meaningful way. TypeScript ready. They don't have Unity. Then I'll have to use Three.js or like some React 3.5. I have to go for this 5K. This family dev. Cool. I am done. Mm. I slept early last night so that I could wake up early. My dashboard. I'm gonna sleep now. I'm gonna wake up, make a nice logo for GoPix. I probably wanna. Can I change the name? Probably not, right? No. Oh, I can? Oh, I can. Pretty cool. Yeah. GoPix. Hmm. I don't know. You guys have a name in mind? Something you suggest? Project feedback session. Holy shit. 1:28 a.m. I was sleeping. Oh. Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah, all you just tell me that I should scream on kick.
Let's kick. Kick. K-I-K-K. Kick.com. Gaming live stream. That's cool. That's new for me. I didn't know about this. Gaming stuff. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go out for a bit. BRB.
I'll skim and through it. I'll be right back. These don't sell me to manifest whale status.
Hello? Is this thing on? Uh, I'm going to sleep now for 2 hours. I woke up early. Um, Talk to you guys later. Have a great day. Night.
You too, man.
All right.
Have a good one.
Bye.